Alright, it's soft top time. So we got a new top for the car, and the thing is now I didn't remove the old one, so I'm not really sure how to install this one, but we're gonna have to learn it together. I have the soft top on the 74 TR6, so we're gonna check that to see how it works. But yeah, I never had a TR6 with a soft top, so it's gonna be tricky. Some advertisement, but not instructions. Good. So let's see what's in it. Oh, they even send the buttons. Good. There's nothing else inside. I was expecting some more pieces here, but there's nothing else inside. Wow. So let's look at the 74 then. Alright, this is the 74, and for some reason I was expecting to see some more parts of the top because I'm missing these. So it looks like I have to wrap the frame separately here. Okay, I'm gonna use the piece of vinyl that they sent. I'm gonna use it to wrap the frame where it needs to be wrapped, but I'm missing some. Is that a Velcro? There's Velcro here, so we need to stitch Velcro on piece of vinyl and wrap the frame here. Okay, but we're missing those seals, but they can be installed later. I can order them separately and they can be installed later, looks like. And here it just wraps around the header and gets glued. Good. And at the back there's this piece of metal too, which gets bolted to the frame. Okay, we have that. Okay, here's our frame painted, and we have this piece which goes at the back that the vinyl wraps around. Somebody started cleaning it but didn't finish, so I have to finish cleaning it and painting it. And then we're gonna have to take care of the frame, because you see what's happening here? It's very loose for some reason, so we have to tighten this. And these are rivets, so I don't really know how we're gonna do that, but we're gonna have to take care of that first. And I think the first thing to do will be to mount the frame, align it, and then we'll go from there. So let me clean this first and paint it. Alright, so this here with a hammer underneath and another hammer, I managed to straighten it and make it more solid, and then I painted it because I feel the paint here. But that's now done and it's ready to be installed in the car. This piece is also painted. So let's see if we can install it, if we can install the frame in the car. That's gonna be tricky, huh? Maybe we should take the seats out. Yeah, I think we should. Okay, and now we need a brave heart. Who has a brave heart? We need to make the hose here, right? And remember this template? Now here, for some reason, on the B-poles there are 4-threaded holes which I transferred on that template, and now I drilled them here in the trim piece, but it turns out on the top frame there is only 3 holes. Anyways, the fourth one gets covered by the frame, but I don't know why there is a discrepancy. So I can't find the original screws for all of them. I found only 3, so I used 3 regulars, but later I'm gonna change them. With the frame installed, I could align it so the 2 latching handles fit right where they're supposed to go in the windshield frame, and also there is a parallel gap above the door glass. And once that was done, I could cut pieces from the cut-off piece of vinyl that they sent with the top and wrap the horizontal part of the frame just above the door glass. I cut them to the exact length that I needed because I needed to stitch also some Velcro on it to meet with the horizontal part of the top later. Then I went to wrap the pieces around the frame, but I used a brush to apply the glue this time because if I sprayed it I was gonna make a mess of the whole interior of the car. And I glued the pieces in such a way that the Velcro is on the side, right where the other part of the Velcro on the top is gonna be. Then I could install the aluminum truck that later is gonna hold the seal, and as you can see here, the holes on the truck are oval and also the ones on the frame are oval, so you can play a little bit with it and adjust it so the seal touches the glass when it is all the way up. And I figured that in my case the seals need to be installed as far out as possible so they can touch the glass because the glass is pushed out by the seal on the windshield frame. You can see it there on the background. So I just tightened them in this position as far out as possible. And then it was time to install the actual seals inside the trucks. Well, it looks like it doesn't seal perfectly here at the front, but that's really because of this seal on the windshield frame, which is pushing the glass too far out, and I really dislike this seal there, but there's nothing I can do. Well, I'm gonna look at it again, maybe I'm gonna do something later. Okay, so I was just checking to see what were they using here for webbing, and that's what was used. I thought it was gonna come with top, but actually it didn't. So now I have to figure out what to use, and because whatever I use in 50-60 years I'm gonna have to change it again, because you can see I can rip it with my fingers. But Jake had a beautiful idea, which is gonna last at least for the next 100 years, so I don't have to think about it for at least 100 years. And we can use seatbelt. Yeah, that's the best thing to use actually, because I know it's not gonna rip It's not gonna shrink, it's not gonna expand. I don't know how they make them, but this is really strong. Even after 50, 60, 100 years, it's really strong. So that's what we're gonna use. And we have more than enough here for the 2 stripes. I just have to remove the end. So that's what we're gonna use. I have those little retainers that I cleaned, and now I'm just gonna paint them, and while they dry we're gonna take care of the seal in the front. Okay, I cleaned and painted those rails for the front seal, for the windshield seal, but I'm not gonna install them yet, and I'm gonna show you why. I'm just gonna take these now, they're dry, and we're gonna go to the car again. Okay, so the rails come right here on these holes and here, but what I want to do is, if I have the vinyl of the soft top is long enough, I want to do this and then install the rail on top of the vinyl. This way it's not gonna peel. Otherwise I can always do this, but no, I'm gonna wait. I want to install the rails over the vinyl. It's gonna look better. So I'm not gonna install the rails yet. In this case I can get back to my seat belt things, and to start with we have to fix these here and then fix this to the car. But before we fix this to the car, I think it's a good idea, because I don't like the idea of having metal to metal here, so maybe it's a good idea to put some vinyl here. And now I could fix the webbing to the bar by sliding its end inside the slot and locking it with a pin. Did that for both sides. And then I could fasten the bar to the car. The threads were all covered with paint though, so they could use a little bit of chasing with a tap. Okay, so here, this bow, we still don't know where we want it, and this bow we still don't know where we want it because it moves, so we can fasten it here and here, but we can fasten it here and we can fasten it here all the way at the front. For this reason, we want to have it inside the hose. And we want to have it tight here, right? This we can do later. So let's do this one first. We'll make it tight. Actually here we want to do it from the inside, so the clean part is on that side. Yeah. Now that we marked it, we can do that. Nice and tight. So later we're going to figure out where we want this based on the top. The top has a strip here that gets snapped with these. So we will figure out where we want this, and only then we're going to do this. And the same here. This can still go up and down. And after I installed the strap on the other side, I could test fit the top for a first time. Everything looked okay, so I could start fixing it on the frame permanently, starting from the rear end. I was concerned about centering the bar to the top, but luckily from the factory they made a notch in the center of the top, so I was able to line that up with the bar and glue them together. And here you can see where the notch is. It's very important to line up this notch with the center of the bar, which is the center hole. And the rest is easy, you just glue the vinyl to the bar. So again, I started from the center to make sure the notch lines up with the center of the bar, and then I made sure that the edge of the bar goes all the way inside the slot formed by the two pieces of vinyl there. And then I cleaned the glue that I oversprayed here and there. And then I wanted to fasten back the bar to the body of the car, but to facilitate that I just unzipped the rear glass, and that gave me easy access to all the bolts. We're going to locate where this bolt has to go exactly from inside. We're going to mark it, and the other one too, and then we're going to pull the top back, and we're going to secure, and we're going to position the bolt where we want it. We're going to fasten it, and then we will be able to pull here and stretch this like this, and we will go from there. This bolt needs to be somewhere here, so when we pull and flap around. Or should we do just one first? You know what, let's do one first and then the front one. Yeah, I want this one first. Then I pulled the top back and fastened the belt to the two bolts where I marked it. And that was the last thing I did for a long period of time, because we were closing the shop for 2 weeks, and before we closed it we had to do a lot of things. We had to finish some projects, and I had to focus on that. So I abandoned the TR6 for a while, but now that I'm on vacation I'm gonna finish the top, and for that I think I'm gonna start a fresh video. So for now I'm just gonna upload what I have so far. So thanks for watching guys, thanks for commenting and subscribing, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.